Hi everyone, Stick here from Maplewood Studio. How you all doing? So, what we looking at today then? What we looking at today, Mr. Stick? I hope it's really good. Kapow! It's the Zoom H2n. Previously I looked at the Zoom H1. If you haven't seen that video, click here. That's an awesome piece of kit, very affordable, delivered great results, nice little stereo handheld recorder. But the Zoom H2n is the next one up in the series. This is packed full of features. In the box you get the device itself, you get a 2 gig SD card. It can take up to a 32 gig SD card. These are standard size SD cards, not the micro SD. And you get a copy of Wavelab as well, Wavelab LE, which ties in with some other functions that we've got on board of the H2n if you go to the Zoom website and download a little plugin, which I'll come to in a minute. Everything you need is in the box to get you going. As with the H1, I'd recommend you get the accessory pack, which is a little handheld, or basically a screw-in tapered sort of funnel, if you like, or whatever, attachment basically, that allows you to mount it in a standard mic holder. You also get a little mini tripod, you get a windshield, all kinds of stuff for about another 30 quid. A very, very useful accessory pack. A remote control, that's another thing. So yeah, I would recommend if you're going to get one of these, get the accessory pack, but you don't have to have it. The H2n has 5 mic capsules in it. They're the same ones as the H1, but we've got 5 in here, which if I hold this up to the camera down there, hopefully they come out. This gives us 4 recording mic patterns. So we've got standard XY stereo, we've got MS mid-side, which is really, really cool, and we'll come to that in a minute. We've also got 2 options for surround sound. So we've got 2-channel surround sound, where it uses 4 microphones to pick up the whole signal, but it bounces down to a stereo track, or 4-channel surround with 2 channels, so we get 2 stereo tracks for each microphone, or each pair of microphones rather, so then you can drag them into your DAW and edit them as you want. So I hope that comes out down there. As per the H1, all the buttons that you need are very, very just there, really very easy to use. You've got a clickable jog wheel at the side, you've got a mic gain here on the side, a little wheel, and you've got the standard hold stroke power on button down here. We've got a menu button. Obviously, this has a lot more to offer, and we've got a big screen on the front. If I just turn it on now, we get to see that. And there are a lot of menu options here. So there's a little bit more of a learning curve compared to the H1, which is pretty much turn it on, press your buttons you want to use, and go. This, you do have to start digging deep in the menu to get the most out of it. It's not an overly complicated menu. To get probably a fully understanding of it, I'd suggest just mucking around for a day, try some different recording settings, get familiar with the way it works. We've got a remote options on the side here. We've also got a headphone out on the side, and we've also got a line in up the top there, so we can plug an additional mic in if you want, or you can plug a standard 3.5mm stereo jack in, take a line out of a desk, record onto this, whatever. Volume here for the headphones, all nice and straightforward, and the big recording button down here, so you can't miss that. Record. Another really cool thing about this is that it's got the USB socket on the side, so you don't have to take the card out to get to your data, which is as per all of them really, but you can plug the USB in, and then it gives you the option to use it as a microphone or to use it as an SD card reader. So if you're into podcasting, or you know, you want to do some sort of commentary while you do some screen capture software perhaps, you know, you're doing some tutorials and all this kind of thing, and you want a USB microphone, why not go for one of these? It gives you the USB functionality, USB microphone functionality, plus you've also got a handheld recorder that you can go and take into your band rehearsals, you can go and take into meetings, you can do whatever you want with it. It's really, really cool bit of kit. Recording option wise, you've got the standard MP3 and WAV file options. Again, it records up to 96K 24-bit in the WAV file range, and up to 320 bit rate for MP3s. Great recording quality. Yes, I've been really, really impressed with the little bits I've done. So let's go over some of the recording options. Okay, so first of all, we've got XY engaged, so this is stereo, just straight ahead. Wherever the mic capsule's looking at the front here, we're going to record. Pretty standard stuff. And as per normal, dial in your mic gain setting on the side here, or use the auto gain setting or one of the compressors or limiters on board, which we'll come to in a minute. So that's pretty much standard stuff. Let's now switch over to MS. I'll also do some recordings in a minute with all these settings so you can get an idea. MS, we're now using the capsules this side, and the screen is this side. So Wherever we're pointing the device, again, we get to see the screen, nice and useful. However, if like me, you're a drummer and you mount this above your drum kit, so we're looking down, so the mics are looking over me, I can't see the screen now. So a little bit of a problem there. However, the red LED does flash when there's too much sound pressure, so when we're clipping, so we know that we've got to roll back the mic gain a little bit to cater for that. Pretty straightforward stuff. But what is really cool here, if I hold it up to the camera down here, so make sure I've got it set right, to show you this. In the MS mode, as I mentioned earlier, it's mid-side, so we're getting the sort of middle and the side information. So hopefully on the screen it will come out. I've got the option to use the jog wheel to increase and decrease the amount of side information I record. So I can have a very narrow stereo field at the sides or a very wide stereo field at the side. Now, when you're setting this up, stick your headphones on, listen to how it sounds before you commit to recording with this, so you're not stuck with a sound that you don't like. Or, if you carry on going all the way down, it comes up and it should say raw there. Now, what this means is it's recording in a raw format, and once we finish recording, we can play back our recordings within the device, and we can then, in post-production, effectively choose how much of that side information we want to hear. So this is really, really cool. So we know we're going to record the side information, but we haven't yet committed to how much of it we want to use. So let's just record it anyway and then choose it afterwards. Makes sense to me, rather than sticking your headphones on, worrying, is that the sound I want, is it not, have I got too much, too little, oh, I wish I didn't have all that noise in there. So I would recommend recording with raw. And what's really cool with this, and this ties in with the bundled Wavelab LE, if you go to the Zoom website, you can download a little plugin, a VST plugin. Unfortunately, it's VST only, which allows you to import the raw WAV files into your DAW, so Cubase or Wavelab, and use the plugin to decode the side information, so you can then do it in post-production within your DAW. Really, really cool. Unfortunately, it is, like I say, VST plugin. It's not a Pro Tools, Logic, any of that sort of thing. You're stuck with a VST capable host. So, but I think that's a really cool function, and giving you the option to choose afterwards how much of it you want to hear is really cool. And hopefully I'll be able to get a few little samples out of the device for you guys when I do some recordings. Let's go to two channel stereo. So as you can see on the screen here, it comes up surround. Focus, focus, focus. It comes up surround, but we've only got the 2 meters. So we know we're recording all 4 microphones. You can see that by the 2 lights on top, both engaged. So we're recording everything in the room. And when I hopefully record some acoustic, I'm hoping you'll pick up the air conditioning noise, because we're looking in the whole room, and some sort of background noise and some reflections. So again, we can choose how much of the mid-side information we want to hear when recording in surround. So really cool. The last one, which is 4 channels surround, you can see red LEDs on top, the same setting. However, now we've got 2 lots of meters, and hopefully you'll be able to see that. We've got the mid-side meters and the XY meters. So now we can drag in 2 lots of WAV files into our DAW, and if we're running a VST capable host, we can then decode that MS signal as well. So we've got quite a lot of options going on in here. And also, of course, if we're recording in the raw format, we can still decode it in the device. So you can make this as complicated or as straightforward as you want. I would probably, as it's there, use the MS. I would always record in the raw format. I'd always record at probably 48K 24-bit, and I tend to, because I've got the luxury of a load of compressors and limiters and stuff in my host, I'll do my post-production in Logic. But if you're looking at this to sort of buy as an all-in-one unit, you'd use some of the compressors and limiters going on in here. They're tools, they're there. As with anything, listen to them before you commit to them, make sure they're right. If you're not sure, record without and add them afterwards in your recording software. Or if you're really unsure, just really have a good listen, do test recordings. I can't stress that enough, because the last thing you want to do is do some recording, then wish you hadn't set something. I've been there, done that, and you learn hard and fast not to do that. So anyway, that's a quick overview of the mic settings, what we got going on here. I'm going to do some test recordings with the guitar. I'll run through a few of the mic patterns for you, and I'll try and demonstrate this mid-side post-production spread with the side information, and hopefully it will give you a good idea of what it sounds like. So I'll do some guitar playing and some drumming for you. So let's get cracking. Okay, so now this is MS mode. I'm recording in the raw format, so I should be able to do some post-production amount or control of how much side information I hear. We're using manual mic level, so I'm having to dial in the mic gain setting by trusting the clipping LED on top. So let's have a listen to how this sounds. Okay, so now this is 2-channel surround mode, so this is going to sound exactly the same as 4-channel surround. The only difference between the two are that you get either 2 stereo stems or 1 stereo stem, with the mix being done on the device. So I probably won't bother recording with the 4-channel one, because the only real benefit is going to be if you're going to chuck it into your DAW and all that kind of thing, which I'm not going to do. So here we go. This is the surround mode, 2-channel. Okay, so this is just standard stereo XY. So there you go, that's a basic, just a general compressor setting. I think what I'll do now is I'll go and hang this over the drum kit. I'll run through some of the same exercises and you get an idea of how it sounds on that. So let's check that out. Okay, so I've got the H2n set up above the drum kit. It's set to 48K, 24-bit, mid-side recording, raw format. So in the post-production, I'm going to go in and give you probably 4 or 5 different edits of the amount of sine information. So the first one will go for a big wide open drum sound, the most it can offer, and then gradually we'll make it more and more narrow, more focused, ending up with nothing. So let's have a listen to see how those different variations sound. Somebody's got custard at the window. 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 Okay, so now we've got the H2n in front of the drum kit, 2-channel surround mode, so let's see how this sounds. So there you go, that's the Zoom H2n. I've been seriously impressed with this. I mean, a handheld recorder that gives you 4 mic patterns to choose from is awesome. My only limitation I found with it was using the MS mode, hanging it above my drum kit. The screen was out of sight, so I had to rely on the LED meters and the gain control setting, but that's no biggie. Yes, I think it's got so much to offer. The compressors and the limiters sections, very, very useful as per the auto gain if you're recording on your own. And definitely the ability to plug it in as via USB cable and use it as a standalone or a standard USB microphone, it's awesome. So when you're in the market for a USB microphone that's about £100, you think, right, okay, £160, I get a handheld recorder and a USB microphone and so much more. I can go out and record sounds anywhere. This is wicked. So yes, for anyone doing YouTube videos, podcasts, screen capture stuff, looking for a USB microphone, just generally wanting to up the sound quality of their productions, this is definitely the next step up from the H1. The H1's a great tool, don't get me wrong, but if you want a bit more, especially for bands and your rehearsal studios, you want to hear everything in the room, you know, this is your friend. So yes, very, very impressed. A great bit of kit. Next I'll be looking at the H4n, which is the daddy of them all, and although it is more expensive, we haven't actually got the same mic options going on. We've got something else so we can plug external mics in. So although you might think, oh, is the H4 a bit better? It depends what you've got. If you've got, you can get hold of microphones, probably I'd say check that out. But again, if you're out and about, walking about, more to carry, all that kind of stuff. So if you want a dead simple option, this is definitely the way to go. Alright, that's all for today. I hope you found it useful. Any questions as usual, please feel free to ask. Please hit that subscribe button and like the video if you think it's cool and helped you out. And yeah, hopefully you find these all very, very useful. Take it easy, stick out. Bye!